Welcome to this week's update. This week we have paving prep, building prep. Oops, I need to turn off my speakers. And I have hay fever and I'm going to sneeze. Oh, I hate this. Okay, paving prep, building prep, actual paving, digging holes, moving hundreds of tons of gravel, and me forgetting to take an exit. What else happened? Oh, goodness. All kinds of things to look at and see. So, here we are coming up the hill to 191. It is, I still have a sneeze coming on. Wait, talk to my nose. Sorry. Coming up the hill to 191, we have nothing major changed here, but this week they have been working on the pavers and have been setting up the rebar for paving further south on from 191 on the other side. Man, I need to sneeze. Yes, it's totally off the cuff. I'm watching this while I'm making this commentary, and I hope I don't sneeze, because I'll have to edit that out. They have been working on those pavers. I saw somebody doing a welding torch or cutting torch or something, cutting stuff off. It was interesting to see. So they are going to be paving, I would say, by Monday or Tuesday. They should be making the first pass down towards the bridge. They don't get to the bridge, but they've got a lot of work to do at the bridge, yada yada. So not expecting them to get to the bridge, but they are 100% definitely setting them up and getting them ready to pave. And you can kind of see the rebar, better view on the other direction. But the asphalt is down, and it looks like they may have put something else there. I'm not sure. Seems like they put filter paper down first before they put the gravel down. So however that works out. The fun thing is, right here on the left, they got a beam that is getting set up to be lifted by the crane, and I so wanted to stop, but it would have been stupid to do so. Dang it, I didn't get to see the whole thing. But I'll tell you that on the way back. It was awesome to see him doing it, though. They took out the skidder, so they moved whatever logs they had and were done with it. I hate allergies. Got a couple of big equipment still sitting there waiting on them needed to move stuff. I think that they are moving stuff from here down to the other side of Long Shoals near Glen Bridge. Oh, hello, I had to stop. Because they are filling that up. They're building that up so that they can have the roadway high enough to work for the drainage drainage things that they set up. Drainage pipes, holes, whatever you call them. And they have a couple of the pallets of rebar open there. Obviously that's moving. And then I was like, hey, I'm not going to get anything here, so I moved to the other side and went up the hill. Now, I did see something on Wednesday that you're going to be thrilled about seeing. So come back on Wednesday for the bridge update. Going to be awesome. And we got to get up the hill. So give it a minute or two to roll up the hill. Don't forget to be careful here when it's raining and at the beginning of construction, whatever it is. I imagine that outside wall is the final barrier. That's not going to move. It looks like it's permanent. I wonder if they're going to connect that to these retaining walls. Doesn't look like they have to. But cop going by me. They did look like they were moving some stuff with the big crane, and they have a not a telehandler. What are those things called? The person lifter thing. Looks like they're bringing stuff up and down. They are definitely working on that pad now. It's going to be fun to watch that get built. But these piles of gravel, they must have taken every single bit of gravel out of here, and maybe this is where they're taking the dirt from. But that hole over there is huge. They have completely removed every bit of gravel over there, and it looks like they're still digging. I mean, it's gone. I could see back a little bit, but you know, can't see a whole lot. They have a lot of work with getting the old concrete and asphalt up. It seems like they're not worried about this section right now, so they'll come back to it. But they are most definitely digging out here. You can see I gotta go over the bridge first. Trying to stop a sneeze. Okay. If you look up ahead, there's a bulldozer moving stuff and a track hoe digging, an excavator digging, and there's the median maker form thing. I was trying to stay behind the sheriff, not just so that I could get a full view of the sideways, but didn't want him to see me recording. But oh well. Don't want questions. So you can see the big tractors up there a little bit. They have definitely taken out the left side lanes and are working to finalize that. I will be interested to see if this ends up being a graded slope or if it ends up being a retaining wall, because there's a lot of work going on back there. I usually watch this on a 50-inch screen, so I can see a little more detail. Plus, I just drove it. But yeah, there's a lot of earth moving going on down in this section that we can't get a good look at. I would love it if somebody from the construction would send pictures, because there's something big changing there. A couple of porta johns and lots of dump trucks today. I mean, there were a lot of dump trucks today. Going on. Tried to move over a little bit to see what I could see, but who knows? Hopefully. The side view got a lot. I couldn't really see what it was getting. Trying to pay attention to driving. But there is definitely a bunch of earthwork happening down there. I'm sad I can't see it. There's an excavator moving something, filling up a dump truck. That got to be where they're getting it from. Either way, they are moving that dirt down to Glen Bridge, because I saw one dumping down at Glen Bridge on the way back. And all those trucks sitting there waiting. They had a grinder going, taking up the temporary asphalt on the far side, and they've been breaking up the concrete. There had to have been a layer of paving over top of the concrete, because I saw some on some of the stuff they pulled up near Glen Bridge. They have not taken out Glen Bridge, but they are definitely working around it. So it's a big question mark of how much earth moving are they going to do before they say bridge is done and take it out. There's the grinder, and he moved down in about an hour or so, several hundred feet. So he was cruising along. There you can see Glen Bridge and all the work going on around it. I hate allergies, and I'm taking allergy medicine. It's bad today. And a lot of people going slow for the airport exit. Bit annoying to have to deal with that, but you know, gives us more time to look at the stuff that's getting torn up. Great shots on the side view here. Be sure to watch that on Monday when I put that up. Lots of concrete has been torn out, along with all of the temporary paving. Wonder how long it'll take them to do a whole lot right here. But they have a bunch of work going on. I still wonder what those metal pieces are for. Those are not decking at all. So, whatever. More gravel. They moved a lot of that gravel a lot of places. And the triangles for the median. And we have, there they are. That's where they're dumping the dirt, and they're building that up. So coming off the bridge, it won't be as far down. And they've got, you can see the drainage stuff. If you look in the old ones, when we were driving the other direction, you could see that they had, hang on, alright, back going up to here. It does look like they've taken out a great majority of all the paving, old paving, and they're just, you know, setting this up. The drainage things, I'm trying to mention that before, needed to come up about 3 feet, so we'll see what happens with that. So we come up to the airport and everybody pulls off. It looked like this really isn't going to take a whole lot of changing from close to Glen Bridge up to here, up to the airport. Just need to re-smooth it, make sure everything's properly compacted, and then set up for paving and do that. Going under the airport here, airport bridge, got this big spot that they're tearing out and refinishing. Looks like they're doing a little bit of digging, but I don't know anything about what's going on. So it just looks like they're doing regular refinishing. And then we've got shoulder and median work going on here on the left. Definitely paving right now. Trucks full of asphalt getting ready to be poured down the side here, and then they're going to set up for the median. Got a lot of those half triangles that they put together to make the triangle for the median rebar. And that's cruising along, doing well. Now they are continuing to work down, was it at the bridge or the other side of the bridge? Oh, and there was something else here. I'll have to point it out. They were digging a hole down here, and I think that what they did last time was set up for a main sign, and they're doing another one that looked a bit like a drainage spot, but at the same time I'm thinking it might be something else. They've got a mini 𝐥𝐤𝐤 down here. It's on the other side of the bridge. There they are, digging that hole. Okay, it's this side of the bridge. That looked a bit like a drainage hole, but at the same time, they've got another thing close to this. What is this bridge? The one that goes over to the RV place from Fletcher. I know that I've looked it up before. I don't remember it right off. Anyhow, there's a great big anchor for one of those traffic signs. I think that's it right there. No, dang it. Anyhow, I saw that and I was like, wait a minute. That's it right there. That was it. They're going to be putting in a couple of those. And then I was thinking about that and, you know, how that works. And got down to the way station and went, wait a minute. Those rebar castle things that they're building have the perfect shape to be the anchors for those main traffic signs. Huh. So now I'm thinking that that's what those are. It just kind of clicked today as I was doing that. They haven't really torn out this concrete and asphalt. On the other side, I hate allergies. We're definitely cruising along on that bridge. Be sure to look at the right side view because it's got some big changes in there. And they got a, well, I'll talk about that on the way back. Digging a ditch for something. Going on. What was that? Oh yeah, they're building a crane. They're putting that crane together to lift beams across for that bridge. So that's going to be fully assembled by next week. I'm quite certain. And around the corner we go. Not a lot to see on this side, unfortunately. Advent Health. That's usually a nice hospital to go to. I finally got to pull over and accelerate a little bit. Oh, they were paving there. That was neat to see. Good to see. And talk about that more on the way back. So, cruising along, coming up here to the way station. Had a crane picking off pieces and putting in. Okay, can't speak. They're working on the silence wall. Got pieces coming off of the trucks and going straight in, it looks like. And they have been extending the wall on the other side. I will be interested to see how they make that connection at the bridge. Are they going to leave space for people to be able to drive out onto the freeway, or are they going to take the silence wall most of the way up to the bridge? That will be an intriguing thing to answer, because they got it cut off right there, and yet the bridge looks like it could have a connection to it. Who knows? Got a whole bunch of poles there. I wonder how many more they're going to put in. I think I'm going to have to make some adjustments in this. Trying to play this without processing it first. And I'm getting little pauses when it goes between the recording segments. So it's mostly paved on the other side. They're putting down the second lane right now. And we're just cruising up the hill to go to Hendersonville. No real work is happening up at this end for now. I didn't pay attention to if they have the rock crusher back, but I did see a couple of trucks coming on with gravel in them. Doesn't look like the rock crusher's there. I don't know. Coming from somewhere. Switch back to see the work on this side. Clear Creek Bridge, not the road, I think that's the road, but the one over Clear Creek, the bridge over Clear Creek, is looking well underway, like they're, just doing the final work, building up the sides, getting that stuff done. It'll be completed before the roadway is, I'm sure. You're gonna have to make that transition and do that last bit of paving right there. And then we get off the exit. And I wanted to do the first exit so I could see what was happening up this, since it's had some changes, and it has had some changes. They are digging out the old the old off ramp, and they have piles of dirt there, but they're still digging, and it's kind of odd. So there's a big old pile of dirt with an excavator track hoe on it, and I don't know why. I'm sure it's going to keep digging. It'll just be interesting to see what happens. Then we pull up here to the stoplight, and I do a jump to the light turning green. Then we're going to drive down to the other stoplight and do another jump cut. This is the part that takes longer in editing, because you have to see where it is, cut it off, move everything back. I like that gravel rock median. It's different. Rather than have grass or just pavement or concrete, it's rock. Looks neat. And this is still slow going. Pull up here behind the dump truck and wait for the light, which of course you get to totally skip the wait for the light because I edited it out. Don't you love me? Flippy Huey. And head back across the bridge. And the World of Clothing building, the storage building now, is looking pretty complete. I'll be sure to get a good look at that the next time I go around the cloverleaf, but it's looking nice. You probably get a pretty good side view of it from the right side on Monday. Come down here to the other stoplight, and you don't have to wait for the light to turn green. Little jump cut there, and flip-a-Yui. I wonder how many people watch me do this every week and go, who the heck is getting on and off and back on the freeway doing this, and never asked to look at my channel or whatever. Heading back north. Got a whole bunch of median pieces here. Wonder when the heck they're going to move those and where they'd go to. I mean, literally hundreds of them right there. Wow. Wonder if they're going to change this on and off ramp at all. Surely they're going to pave it. Oh well. We shall see when we see. Alrighty, cruising back past Clear Creek Bridge and going back north. A little bit of gravel there on the right still. Nice retaining walls. Big pause in my video. That's annoying. So we come back up here, and when we go up the hill we're going to see all the paving up close. I just got to get up the hill. Thought there were dump trucks there. Oh well. I know there are dump trucks at one of these exits on whatever construction ramps. That grinder, well, that looks like a pile of gravel in there, so maybe they've just brought some in. Who knows? Paving is done on all 3 lanes up to just a little ways past here. Or did I miss it already? Anyhow. And they have, no, it's all up here because they have the paver putting down the 3rd lane right now. You can see it doing that. Coming up on the right. They still got to do the shoulder work, they still got to put the median in, but got a huge amount of progress this week. It's good to see it all. And that's not the paver, that's the side shifter thingy. That guy, that's where it was. Yeah, that was the 3rd lane that he came off of. I remember seeing that, and they're paving the 2nd lane up here. Sorry, I forgot. But they are putting down a new lane. Cruising along at the speed of pouring. But they got a dump truck dumping some concrete up here right in front of the machine, and have we already passed that? I thought we didn't pass that yet. Anyhow, here's the silence wall, keeping on going. Yeah, we had to have passed it. I don't remember. The silence wall back there looks like it's going to stay on that raised berm that it's on, because those poles don't look long enough to be dug out after they're finished. And keeping on moving. Is this the paver? Oh, whatever. I can't remember where they were paving at, but you know, you can see that a lot of work has been done, a lot of progress has been finished. Here they are. Yeah, that's it. That's the paver. That's where they're putting down the new lane. There was a dump truck right there, just pulling away. He just dumped his load, and that other dump truck was coming in to dump his load. And they're working up to there, then they'll be moving over or going back. But yeah, all the way up to there. So they'll probably pave down to there, turn around, go back, and finish up other stuff. They still have to tear out this asphalt and concrete. And here's the crane that they're putting together for the new bridge over the railroad. Yeah, it's a railroad bridge. And you can see some happening here. Yep, they've taken out 3 sections, but now look down here to the right. They're digging out a hole over here, and I'm like, what in the world is the hole for? They need it wider, not narrower. I don't know, maybe they're gonna refill it. Come up here, and the truckers have definitely gotten the message. No one took this corner over 50 miles an hour. And I do mean to tell you, they were slowing down for this corner. It is sharp. Still. Had a tractor behind me, cut the corner, so he was moving faster and I had to wait for him to pass me so I could go over. Yeah, he was moving. You get another look at this sign anchor, whatever they're called. Come on. And those rebar builds at the way station on, what is that, the west side? Yeah, I think the west side. Look like they're definitely going to be put in for those sign anchors. I wonder where they're going to go. We've got one. Maybe that's what they're building up here, but it kind of looked like a drainage hole, so I don't know. Over there on the left. Pause it and take a good look at it. I can't pause it because I then would have a wrong time on my recording, which I may have already. But this looks completely finished. I just need to get the big sign things in and finish up the median up to this bridge. Sign anchors, whatever. Put the signs up. The median is still waiting. I imagine that they're waiting to pour that until they finish all of this shoulder asphalting to make this connection up here. Because, you know, they're pouring here right now and it's not at grade. And they're doing some other digging and stuff right there. So something big is changing in that location. Dump truck waiting to pull out. Then go past the airport. And I was paying so much attention to what was going on that I forgot to get off at the airport. So I went up to Long Shoals. Again, needed to be back at the airport to do something. But it wasn't time critical, so I just went ahead and kept going. But we got, you can see the dirt getting placed and moved around right up here. It's kind of fun to be able to have a sort of overhead view coming down the hill, watching them move that dirt around. Then come over the hill and watch the grinder just trucking away on clearing out the temporary asphalt. Can't really see anything going on at Glen Bridge from this side, but they are still digging there. So whatever's happening is happening. And off we go. Over the hill. Over the little rise on this one. There's the grinder cranking along. Wonder how many hundreds of gallons of water they use in that thing every day, because they obviously use water. Then we go over the hill. Can't see anything, so jump forward a few seconds. I get off at Long Shoals. Wonder if anything's going to happen to that berm or whatever right there. Slowdowns at Long Shoals. Gee, what a surprise. Then I get in behind this semi because I wasn't sure I'd be able to pass him safely before the exit, or maybe not this one but the next one. Alright, fine, I passed him. Then go off at Long Shoals exit. And nothing really exciting on this part. Maybe I'll just cut it out again. Then once we're off, those trucks must go around and get back onto the construction area from the other on-ramp. So, back to the airport. This wasn't really long later because I didn't have anything to take a whole lot of time. I had to get in behind the semi, who is right beside me right there. You can see him. Had to let him by because there's no way I was going to try to outrun him. And a couple of cars to wait on passing me. and there was a dump truck dropping some dirt up here. And this time passed. So you got the truck over there dropping some dirt, and the so they're raising the level of the other side. Again, a couple hundred medians. Wonder when and where they'll be moved. Until they're needed, or until they're in the way, they probably won't be moved. And the grinder was getting a refill. If you didn't see that, they weren't running because, or maybe it's up here, they have the water truck filling them up with water. So it's got to have a, yeah, there it is. It's got to have a couple 100-gallon tank for water that it uses to keep from getting major dust problems, probably. Almost paid too much attention to that, and could have had a problem if I hadn't looked back. So probably going to jump this again, get over the hill to Long Shoals, because this is slow going. Can't really see anything. Okay, getting over the hill, going down into passing Long Shoals. You can see a little bit of the left side, but you know, that isn't the fun part. The fun part is on the other side of the Long Shoals Bridge, which would take a little bit to get to. I am very concerned about that exit. It just doesn't feel very safe, that on-ramp. I hope no one has any wrecks. It's become a bottleneck. It's a little scary to watch, a little scary to go on. So we come over Long Shoals Bridge and look at all the rebar sitting there waiting to be used, and you can get a little bit of a view of the bridge from this side. Not much. The Auxiliary Road Bridge. Wonder what kind of retaining wall or whatever they're going to be using on that. It just, they don't have enough space for all 4 lanes unless they put that bridge back. Who knows? So we come around the corner, down the hill and over around the corner. And the traffic slows down. Gee, what a surprise. It will be nice in some ways, and it'll be annoying in other ways to have this open to all 4 lanes. We'll see what happens. We had a couple of houses getting delivered. At least one big house. That's taking up all the lanes. Both lanes. We got a lot going up at the Parkway Bridge, and we got all these huge piles of gravel that have been dug out. I had a dumpster earlier in the week, yesterday, day before, that had all of the mechanical stabilization mats that they had ripped out. So that was one of the most temporary setups I've ever seen. But it worked, so it's good. The bridge, the crane has definitely been being used this week, because I saw the hook up and down a couple of times. Not that it was lifting anything at the time, but you know, it's been turned around, it's had the hook up and down, so it has obviously been used. And I come over, and this was fun. It was annoying, but at the same time it was just tremendously awesome to see. That truck that I just passed wasn't accelerating real fast, and I was happy for that. But I was getting it going down this hill, trying to pull away from him as much as reasonable. And that Honda was flying. I was doing close to 70, and he passed me. He was fast. Come around this corner, and I was just like, oh man, I wonder what they're doing with that beam that I saw him hooking up this morning. And sure enough, they had it in the air, and I was like, oh crap, I want to stop. All this work here looking mostly complete, but it's just not enough space to be worth moving the paver over here. But the bridge, oh my heavens, this beam was up and it was moving. They were just getting it lowered into place, and so I slowed down, I put on the brakes, I put on my emergency blinkers, and I saw that truck behind me, and I was like, oh, he's going to catch up, he's going to catch up. And I was like, I just want to see as much as I can. So I got past the crane, then I was like, I don't want him to get too close, so I punched it. I just about put it on the floor here, getting up to speed. I so wish I could have felt safe pulling in and stopping and recording that piece going in, but number one, I would have gotten a boatload of questions. Number two, in order to see that beam getting moved, I would have had to get out of the vehicle, get out of my van, and walk down past the crane, and I promise you I would have had somebody literally kicking my backside to get back in the car. So I was like, just don't stop. I just so wanted to watch that piece get placed. One of those things, if somebody had a video there, yeah, whatever, oh well. They are prepping the pavers, so I know that they're going to be paving in the first couple of days of the week. I am thrilled and excited to see that happen, and they're probably just going to turn it around and come back to the same spot the next week. But it is awesome to see that getting set up and ready to be run for the paving. And here we are back at 191. So this has been a full run. Thank you very much for spending the time watching this. I hope that I haven't said or done anything that was annoying. Hey, I'm autistic. You get what you get. And this is totally off the cuff. Literally, I'm watching this while I'm recording. So, thanks for watching. do the whole comment, like, subscribe, and everything. Ring the bell. And I hope to see you next week, and hope that you watch the side views and everything else that I'm going to be putting up. I am continuing to work on the 2021 videos. I may be able to get more than one a week, but at the same time I don't want to spend too much time doing that and not getting my screenshots for the time lapses. So we'll see which one wins out. I will see you next week. Have a good time.